Hi guys, Mary Beth Temple here. Sometimes you are browsing a pattern and you discovered that it is written in UK terms, which is what we call the crochet terms that people use that are not in North America. So you'll see US terms, which is what we use, and UK terms, which is what pretty much everybody else uses. Now in knitting, it's not such a big difference and you can pretty much punt, but in crochet, literally the stitches have different names. So let's take a look at the terminology so that if you find a UK pattern you want to do, you'll know how to translate. The first two I want to talk about are the same in US and UK terminology, and that is chain, abbreviated CH. Now, the slip stitch is the same in US and in UK terms. However, the abbreviation is different. We in the US usually abbreviate it as SL space ST for slip stitch. UK patterns often have it abbreviated as SS for slip stitch. And now here's where it gets confusing. From here on out, the North American or US terms are very different from the UK terms. Literally, the stitches are not called the same thing. So what we call a single crochet here in the US, the UK refers to as a double. What we refer to in the US as a half double crochet is referred to in the UK as a half treble. What we call a double, they call a treble, and what we call a treble, they call a double treble. So when you're using a UK pattern, if you're a US stitcher, you have to either go through and physically change the stitches so you know what stitch you're doing, or what I would not do is go back and forth between a US and a UK pattern because you're not going to remember what anything's called. The only other slight difference that I point out is what we call gauge, they call tension, but it's the same thing. It's the number of stitches and rows per 4 inches or 10 centimeters. So while it seems silly that you have to translate something from English to English, our friends across the pond do use different terminology. But now if you find a pattern that you like, you can go ahead and translate it for your own use. I'm Mary Beth Temple. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye-bye.